Hello, this is Rick Austin again, and today we're going to review MiCollab UC Console. What we're going to talk about today on the agenda is how do you log into your UC Console via the MiCollab client, the anatomy of the console screen, presence, answering, transferring, and putting calls on hold, creating groups and frequently called numbers. All right. So once you get a license assigned, now just to let you guys know that there's only 15 licenses in the system currently. So if you want to learn how to use the UC console, please let me know, and we will assign a license to you so you can really learn and try to figure out how to demo it in your own terms. Okay. Once that license is assigned, this little icon here will pop up in your MiCollab client. Okay, so when you're ready to launch the client, you simply click on that little icon and it launches the client for you. Okay, so this is what the UC MiCollab console looks like. So we'll go over the anatomy real quick of this console. So you've got some buttons across the top. There's a help key, answer key, hang up key, hold key, unsupervised transfer, supervised transfer, transfer to voicemail. There's a conference key, there's a split conference, there's trade calls, and then there's a dial pad. As usual, there's always more than one way to do something. So if you don't want to use a mouse and click, you've got these little F keys across the top that you can use for those functions. Okay. The next little window here on the left-hand side is active calls. So if you have an inbound call, or a number of inbound calls, it's going to show them in order in your active calls box here, or window. And then you're going to see over here to the right transferred calls. So if you transferred a call or moved a call over, it'll show up in this box where you can retrieve it, or the operator can retrieve it and pull the call back if they need to. Okay, down here is just a search window, and also it would be how you would dial out. So if you're searching for a particular name, say I'm looking for Jennifer, I just put in the first three letters of her name. It sorts by first or last name, right? So if I wanted to look for Rob Scholes, I put in SC and there's Rob Scholes. Okay. If I wanted to, if I wanted to make an outbound call, I just put the phone number in here and hit the enter key, and it'll start dialing out for me.
Welcome to Mitel. If
okay.
you know your party's extension number, you may dial it at any time.
Now, I can hang up. I can put the call on hold. So once the call is on hold and I want to retrieve it, I just double-click it again, and I've got the call. If I need to transfer the call, I can wipe this out, and I get my window again. And if I need to transfer this call, say I want to transfer this call to David Russell, I can click and drag the call over to David Russell. I just happen to have David Russell's phone sitting next to me. So I've transferred the call. So now I've got the call over here. Call's transferred to David Russell, and you see that David Russell is off the hook. Okay? So I'm going to hang up on that call. So that was just a simple, a quick little demonstration on how to make an outbound call and transfer a call to the user. Okay. Again, this is just a nice little, just a quick little window. Enter telephone number, dial a number, so on and so forth. As we go into the list here of your contacts, you can right-click on these like you can on your regular MiCollab client to have all those features and functionality transfer over into the console. You can call the extension number. You can call with info. You can send an email. You can start a conference call with Adam. In this case, you can look at the contact information for Adam, and there's all the contact information for Adam that he currently has. Okay, so if I wanted to go to, let's say I'll go over here to JW. I'm over here at JW. I can add JW to my favorites group. Right, he's in my corporate directory now, or I can create a new group, say engineering. Spell it right here, Rick. So I've got a new engineering group, and where does that engineering group show up? Well, right here, I just created it, and there it is. And there's JW in my engineering group. If I wanted to add Jennifer Battles to this group, I can right-click on Jennifer Battles over here, or in the regular large screen over here, and I can attach her to the engineering group, and she shows up in the engineering group. So for the operator, if they're answering, if they want to look at all contacts, or if they want to look at particular groups, you know, if they got 1,000 users, it's going to be, they're going to want to use this, you know, the group list that they would have here, right? So get calls in, get them out as quickly as possible. So as you can tell, these are all my other contacts. No match found. So on. So that's how you do your corporate directories, or your directories for the users. Again, back to this window, this kind of gives you presence, and you can see that Brian Pollock is available for a chat. If I wanted to chat with him, I could simply just click on the chat button, and there he is, showing his Crimson Tide pride over here. So, and apparently he's golfing, so I guess I'm not going to chat with him right now. The next item I got here, again, Doug Snelling, he's available. He said he's gone for the day, so I can see his status here. Whenever somebody puts a status up in their window, it kind of turns this little pinkish color, right? So that's another item of presence. David Meyer is in Do Not Disturb. Okay, so we know what's going on with him. Now, something else interesting that I can do, across the bottom here, I've got a call key, a chat button, a set status, information, or leave a voicemail. Well, let's say that Mr. Meyer called in sick. I can set the status for Mr. Meyer. Let me first, you select Mr. Meyer, and then you click on set status, and then it shows up here. I can say, you know, if he's got ones out, you know, on vacation, or away from work, or out sick, or something like that, I can set his status to that. Or I can put, let's see. Okay, so now when I highlight and anybody else sees that, they're going to see his status to be gone for the day, and that he would be out sick. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, so I can also just set it, look at the status again. I didn't save it actually. Let's say I want to change him to in the office. So I've just taken him out of Do Not Disturb, so he can receive calls again. So another, you know, just all kinds of little tools that they have available to them, the operators being them. Let's see. So let's do an inbound call here, and kind of walk through that again. So I'm going to call in on the DID. So here's my inbound call. I can click on answer. So I've answered the call. Got it. So again, I can hang up. I can put the call on hold. I can do an unsupervised transfer. So if I want to do an unsupervised transfer or supervised transfer, unsupervised transfer is click and drag. I can click and I can drag the call to a user over here, or a user in this list down here. If this person, you can't get a hold of that person, the operator can't get a hold of that person, if you want to transfer that call to voicemail, let's say if I wanted to send a call to voicemail to Dan Harper, I could click on Dan Harper, and once he's highlighted, all I have to do is transfer to voicemail. So that call is just transferred to Dan Harper's voicemail. And now I'm leaving him a voicemail. So that was a simple transfer. Let's call in again. Maybe. There we go. Okay, answered the call. Again, I can do a click and drag. So if I want to transfer this call to Jennifer Battles, I could click and drag this call over to Jennifer Battles, and it's gone. So I transferred the call to Jennifer. Hey Jennifer, this is Rick. I'm just doing a test on the console. Thanks for helping. All right, bye-bye. Okay, so again, you saw that Jennifer was off the hook. I transferred the call to her, had a discussion with her. The user would, the inbound caller would have that discussion with her. So again, if I wanted to chat with Jennifer, I could simply hit the little chat bubble. And send her a little quick chat. And there we go. All right. Again, Jennifer's, that's a chat. So if there's a little chat window up, and the operator can access the chat window. All right. So we'll talk about this little section over here. I think we kind of covered this now. This little section over here is a section to where you can, these are your frequently called numbers, right? So, or people that are important people. Could be ring groups or hunt groups or places that the operator would transfer calls on a regular basis. And they can build this list however they want to. It's all customizable. So right now I've got these folks in this list here. I could also grab another user here. Let's say if I have Kevin Kopko here, I can click and just drag Kevin Kopko over here. Now he still remains in this window down here, but now he is in my frequently, because I can keep an eye on him, and I can add unlimited number of people in here. The window just gets larger and larger. If you right click in this window, you can add another contact. You can add a feature code. If there's a regular feature code that they use often, you can do that. You can add a group. So a group could be a directory group, a hunt group, anything like that. So let's say I wanted to add an accounting group. Okay, so I can assign that accounting group here. If I wanted to remove that group, I could just right click on it and delete it, and it's out of the group. Same thing with these users here. You can delete them out of this group if they don't want them there any longer. So that is pretty much the MiCollab UC console. I hope this training was beneficial to you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me, Rick Austin. My extension number on the Mitel system is 2052, or you can send me an email. Thank you much. Have a good day.